It's 2026, and your natural hair Easter is with you again since I think 2017 when I first started my natural hair journey, really for real, um, and didn't know much of anything about anything. So this is like how many years later? This is 2026. In 2027, it'll be 10 years that I have been on this natural journey. I've gone through a lot of ups and downs with my hair. My go to style has always been wash and go, even though I know some beauticians are like, don't let your hair air dry. Now they're going through this phase now. When I started the natural hair journey, it was okay to let your hair air dry. Okay. And now letting your hair air dry is so detrimental. And they've gone back to blow drying, pulling and tugging, and that kind of thing. And that's supposed to be better on your ends. Well, I'm a living testimony of myself before the Lord that I have not had issues. The only issue that I've had was not keeping my hair moisturized, switching to new methods, and those methods not really working for my hair. So, over the course of the years, I've tried some new things, I've done some things, um, but I found out that what I was doing from the beginning to get healthier hair, to keep my hair from breaking, because hair grows from the root. And if you're having a problem keeping your hair nurtured and keeping your hair from breaking, um, what you need to do is moisturize your ends. And it's your ends. Trimming or, well, I won't say trim, I'm going to say dusting your ends um, every maybe 2 to 3 months, depending on how fast your hair grows. Um, Scientifically, it's supposed to grow about a half an inch a month, but sometimes it depends on, well, not sometimes, it depends on heredity. Your hair may even grow an inch a month or more than a half an inch a month. You can't say exactly a half inch for every single human on the planet. Okay? It's just not where we are, and it's not where God is, because the Bible even says that every hair on your head is numbered. hmm So if it's numbered, that means every piece of hair follicle or every hair strand on your head doesn't grow at the same rate. Some faster than others. Like you may have more growth in your front than in your back, or in your back than in your front. It all depends on heredity and the products that you use on your scalp, which is a part of your skin organ, or the products that you use in your body. What do you drink? And like you guys know that I do a tonic just about every day of protein, um, collagen peptide, essential vitamins such as vitamin D, vitamin K. There was one time when my hair started changing and shifting, and I found out it was because I was not getting enough vitamin D. I wasn't going into the sun enough, or vitamin K, which are vitamins we get from the sun. Um, and then I started upping my regimen with that. Also, some other things like cayenne pepper, which helps regulate your blood, um, drinking more water, and other things that I put in there, zinc, which also helps keep you healthy and keeps you clear of viruses and that sort of thing. Those of you that went through COVID should know that. Um, Other things, I take a very strong, and I'm looking into another hair vitamin by the trichologist that's even stronger. Um, the DHT blocker I take internally. When I first started the journey, I was rinsing my hair with green tea. I now use black tea And I use lavender, black tea, rosemary, um, herb, and black rice. Rinse every time I clarify or co-wash my hair, whichever one. I was an advocate Win user, WEN by Chaz Dean. That's a co-wash. And Win is good, and I still recommend it. But now I have kind of switched to a soap bar, and Lush has a real good one, co-wash soap, and it's avocado. It smells great, and it's a pretty good one. But I found a soap bar shampoo that leaves my hair just the way I want it, the texture that I want, and everything, the thickness that I want. It's a black soap and it's called Ashwanda. It's called Ashwanda. And you can also take it internally. I have it in a soap, I have it in a powder. If I want, I can use it in my hair mask, mix it in, and before I wash my hair and I do my pre-poo, or I can put it in my coffee if I want to. I don't use the powder as much as I do the oil. I take the ashwagandha oil internally. Ashwagandha also helps to relax you, as well as chamomile, because I do drink chamomile tea. If you're in a high stressed environment, you're doing a lot of, like, I'm in a click, click, because I work in housing, and I work in getting houses ready for people to rent or for people to buy and that sort of thing. And I run contracting teams. I'm the general contractor. And usually, what the general contractor does, the GC, is hire subcontractors to get the jobs done. But the GC must have some knowledge of what the subcontractors have to do. Okay. And the GC must be able to go in and do that for housing superintendents. So it's pretty, because sometimes they can put, like, right now, I have, like, I think about 6 houses, I want to say. I'm about to get rid of 2 of them today. So I'll be down to 4. Thank the Lord. And, I thought things would slow down around the holidays, but they actually doubled. And turning 6 houses is like almost turning a house a day. And then some of them close at the same time, and that's ridiculous. Okay. Like, and I even had to put in a request this time. I was like, can you give me a little more time? Or give us a little more time, because this house, because you can get into a house and people don't always keep it in such great condition. And then you start seeing all the underlying problems with the roof. Somebody left the bathtub on and the water on the second floor, and now the first floor ceiling is soaked, or it has water damage, or it has mold, or whatever the situation might be. There may be damage to the hardwood floors. Floors may need to be replaced. Oh my God, all of the appliances, and then we have to replumb it. We may have to if the house is going to be totally renovated, that means all of the plumbing has to be redone under all of the sinks. Isn't that great? Or the HVAC is not working and that needs to be taken care of, and blah, blah, blah. Or the water heater went out, and then the hot water heater, and then that has to be, you have to put a hot water gas heater has to be put into code. hmm There are regulations, or you have to put in your deck has now. It used to be 6 inches apart. The spindles, on the deck. The God, I'm not calling the name right because my name's the. They have to be uh about. It used to be 6 inches. Now it's 4 inches for child safety. So, that kind of thing. And then redoing steps. One of my contractors is out doing, they did it yesterday. They had to redo steps. The lady was handicapped and the steps were too wide for the step down with the cane. I mean, it's a lot. So with that, ashwagandha is a very, very good calming, and I usually take about two drops of that. They come in eyedropper bottles like this. Everything that I have, and I make a tonic every day, and I have a cocoa powder that I put in there for energy. And I'm telling you, it sets me off and gets me going during the day. It really helps my moods and all kinds of things. And at night, sometimes I relax with a little hawthorn and chamomile tea. And I also have hibiscus tea, rosemary tea, and another tea that I'm going to start drinking more often to help me with sugar cravings is sweet. I think it's called sweet gum. No, sour sap. I'm sorry, not sweet gum, sour sap. I have the drops, but they don't seem to be as potent. So I'm adding in the tea to see if the tea will help me a little more. Because this is the holidays and I love cake. Ugh, I'm still trying to lose that 10 pounds. You know how it is. Ooh, Lord have mercy. So sipping on my coffee, it is early. I got up this morning to show you guys my hair. Of course, I washed it yesterday. It's dry now overnight. And what I'm doing now is just I'll just show you. I'm just picking the root out um, because for me, um, I could wear my hair break, and what I'm doing now is just really just kind of breaking the curl cast. And when your hair gets longer, you can't just take the oil and just break the curl cast. You gotta either pick it or do it with your fingers. And I'm not gonna do it with my fingers. I've heard some people say don't use a comb on your hair, but you're safe with a comb, wide tooth comb. Um, Somebody say every time you touch your hair, you damage your hair. No, you don't damage your hair every time you touch your hair. Depends on what you have on your fingers. I always keep my fingers moist with oil so that when I touch my hair, you know, it's not rubbing. It's just you can't go around never touching your hair. In other words. So now what I'm basically doing now is just showing you guys what I just discovered because every year, this is 2026, there's a discovery. And this past year, I discovered a fabulous, outstanding, great oil regimen. Now, I'm always looking for an oil regimen. And there's a lady online um, who was actually banded at one time, but she's a nurse. And she was actually banded by the medical industry in her country um, for natural remedies because she had this camp where people would come to it and get healed through natural remedies and feel better about life. And so she was essentially banded from the internet and everything. Her name is Margaret. I can't remember her last name. O'Keefe. Margaret O'Keefe. Or not doctor, but just Margaret O'Keefe. And she talked about a lot of remedies that can be used. And I've used many of them. I've used some of them, not many of them, and they do work pretty much. Um, some of them do work, except for the one for the toes. Um, I did have to get like an internal medication for mines. But pretty much everything, that she says. She talks about lavender oil, rosemary oil, argan oil, castor oil, and those essential oils. And I have a tonic of those essential oils that I use every other day or every other night before I go to bed, and I massage them into my scalp. Well, and in the mornings, I use melatonin in my hair um, to block DHT with melatonin also promotes hair growth. But if you don't have melatonin, then you can use those essential oils every other day. Consistency is the key. So consistency is the key. Um, and then just recently, I've run across a fabulous Asian man who talked about the 5 essential oils to promote hair growth and to keep hair loss away. Now, all of these can be added to your routine. Now, once they become a routine, like you kind of get used to it. And, it's just the way God made us. 31 days, something becomes a habit. I mean, not 21 days, I'm sorry. Something becomes a habit, psychologically speaking. So just to talk about the oils, and you can look this up on YouTube, 5 essential oils, because lavender is good, and I do use lavender in my rinse. I have a tonic with lavender oil, castor oil, also coconut oil, and there's some other oils in there: rosemary oil, um, vitamin E oil, peppermint oil, lemongrass or lemon oil, and some others. 5, and castor oil. That's one of my tonics, and I just made a big tonic. I put it in the cabinet, and I use that every other day. Well, today was my other 5 essential oils or more tonic. 5 essential oils or more. And these 5 essential oils, which I just discovered like how long has it been since I've been using them? For about three weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, almost a month. And my God, I love it. Within 1 month, I have seen a difference in the way my hair feels, in the way I feel, because what you put on your skin, guys, goes into your bloodstream. 50% of it goes into your bloodstream because your skin is an organ. Your scalp is an organ of your skin. So when you put it on your scalp, it penetrates into your skin, which goes into your bloodstream as well. Okay? So, of course, one of these 5 oils is, of course, again, rosemary. Rosemary is a very powerful oil for the skin and the scalp. And what you want to get is a pure 100% natural rosemary oil. hmm And rosemary oil prevents hair loss. It's a hair loss preventer. Okay? Um, it enriches your hair, and it should be a regular routine, rosemary oil. But rosemary oil um, is very potent, and it can irritate if you put it on your scalp, like peppermint oil. So you want to get a good carrier oil. So we're going to go to the next essential oil, which is a really good, well, let me do the carrier oil last. Let's go to the next essential oil that can also be kind of potent, and I love it, and that is peppermint oil. I absolutely love, love, love peppermint oil. Peppermint oil can also relieve anti itching, it helps relieve headaches, joint pain, mhm, and it kills roaches, spiders, moths, flies, and ants. Isn't that something? Now, I don't have no roaches or no, I don't have none of that in my house. But if I did, peppermint oil kills them. Isn't that something? So peppermint oil is very potent. And I remember when we had COVID, we had broke out in a rash, and I used peppermint oil on it, and peppermint oil stopped the itching. Peppermint oil was actually better than tea tree oil. I also use tea tree oil in my hair and on my feet, but peppermint oil was better than tea tree when it came to the itching. But peppermint oil is very potent too, and it has a tendency to burn a little bit. Um, the next oil, the next oil is probably, and I just discovered this oil, and I didn't know this about this oil, but it is pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seed oil blocks DHT molecule that causes the hair to fall out prematurely and stops the aging state of hair, which is the growing state, and promotes. So it stops the hair from coming out of the aging state. Because once the hair comes out of the aging state, it's no longer growing. It's just on your head until it's time for it to cycle out. So when you comb your hair, that hair that comes out from the root is hair that was not in the aging state. Because hair that's in the aging state will continue to attach, stay on the root and grow unless it's sick or your scalp is sore and there's some irritation or swelling, and that, and peppermint oil helps that for the swelling and everything. Not peppermint, I'm sorry, pumpkin seed oil. Okay, so let's get some good carrier oils. Now, when this guy was telling me about these oils and he was saying mix this with that, mix that with that, it's all going on the same head, so you can make a tonic out of all five of these oils. The next oil we want to talk about is an oil that actually, everything else I just told you comes from a plant. This oil comes from a bird. Isn't it something? A bird. And I can't remember where the bird is, but it's a pheasant or something like that. I don't know, a little bird, but it comes from a bird. And it's called emu oil. And it actually comes from a bird. Isn't that something? This is a great carrier oil and it promotes hair growth. Emu oil lubricates the follicles in your scalp and protects them from damage and promotes growth. And it's a good carrier oil because it's not like peppermint oil. It doesn't irritate or anything like that. Because my scalp is now, I put it in the back before I comb the roots out over here. I haven't combed the roots over here. You can tell the difference. See? That's shrinkage. But I have done the roots over here. I didn't do the ends, just the roots. So emu oil is a good carrier oil. But I can still feel the tingling of the peppermint and the rosemary, even with the emu oil. So I mix those, and the last five of one of the five is an oil that is very, very close to your own scalp oil, which is sebum. It's very close. So that oil is jojoba oil. And jojoba oil comes from a plant. Jojoba oil absorbs better in the scalp. And your scalp will accept it because it's so close to your other oils. So jojoba oil is a good oil for carrying all the other oils into your scalp, into your follicles. And your scalp will be more welcoming because jojoba oil is in there. Okay. And this is a sixth oil that I have in both of my oil regimens that I really like, and that is Beringa oil. Beringa oil. which also promotes hair growth. All of these oils are great for your scalp and for your hair. And these oils can be purchased right on Amazon. You don't use you make a tonic out of them. They last for months. So put your money to the side. $10 here, $5 here, whatever. Save up. Put about $300 to the side. So every 3 or 4 months, maybe longer than that, maybe 6 months, about 6 months. Every 6 months, if you run out of an oil, you run out your oils, you can get more. You have to budget for yourself. Okay. So I use these oils. I'm gonna put them to the side. And I make a tonic out of these oils. And when I get ready to stretch my hair, whatever oil regimen I'm on, and I'm on that one. So this is one of my old rosemary bottles that I used up. It used to be rosemary oil, but it's not anymore. So I put maybe 3 dropperfuls of all of these, and I repeat and repeat until this is full. 3 dropperfuls, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 of every oil, and I keep going around and repeating until it's full, till I get an even, pretty much even mix of all 5 or all 6 of them. You can use just the 5. You don't have to use the Beringa oil, the Beringa oil, Berinjara oil. You don't have to use the Berinjara oil. You can just use the other 5: peppermint, emu, jerboa, rosemary, and pumpkin, and make a tonic out of them. Okay, and I may make that tonic like every 4 weeks when it runs out, because see, I'm alternating with my other oil tonic as well. So if I use this tonic, this is what, Thursday, I'm using this tonic. So that means tomorrow, usually at night, then I switch to the night. I'm in the day now, but I usually switch to the night. Tomorrow night, I'm using rosemary. I always cover my hair at night. I always sleep on put a silk bonnet on at night. If I need to, I cover my pillow because I do have oil in my hair or whatever. So I'm just going to show you how I break this is my curl. Okay, and they're real clumpy. And see, my curls come out really, really clumpy. Like my curls don't come out. It all depends on, some of these girls come out and their curls are just bouncing, blah, blah, blah. No. Because I have 4B, 4C hair. So my hair doesn't come out bouncing. Now, it's bouncing when it's wet, but once it dries, it's like a sculpture, like this. There's not going to be much bounce in the wind. Okay, I don't care what you do. It will. And then my ends have just been clipped, so it is what it is. So what I basically do is I just go in there. This is a pretty big piece, but that's okay because I'm not stretching it that much. And I slept on my back last night, guys. And if you know anything about natural hair, if you sleep on one side, you wake up, your hair is gonna be flat like a board. And I didn't do what I usually do is I usually pull it to the top so it doesn't do that. And I was so tired yesterday. I didn't even do that. And sometimes it is what it is. I really shouldn't have been lazy. I really should have got up, pulled my hair up. And I will tonight. But last night I didn't. Okay. So what we're gonna do is just kind of go to the root. And they always tell you, stop combing your hair from your ears down. Stop combing your hair from your ears down. You can comb your hair from your root. Otherwise, your hair is going to lock up on you. If you never comb your roots, you're going to, oh Lord, I need a clip because this is falling down. This comb ain't doing it. It's just not doing it. And I don't have another clamp in here. There we go. That might be better. Okay, so I'm just going to comb down until I can separate one piece if I need to. May not even need to do it. Whew. You know how they talk about the kitchens? The kitchens are real. And real up in here. As real as they can be. So you want to comb your hair down. Get those kitchens. There we go. Kitchen. There we go. And the kitchen. Kitchens. There we go. The kitchen and get. And I'm very gentle. Like I said, this is a big piece. I probably should have did it in smaller pieces because I know some ladies that do it in small pieces. So, but I don't want to break my curl cast that much. And if I do smaller pieces, that is going to break more of my curl cast because I don't want to eliminate all my curls. This is actually the toughest part of my head. Let's see this thing right here. This tripping right here. Okay. Okay. So that's decent for me. And now you can see both sides look pretty much the same. Mm-hmm. Pretty much the same. Okay, so now I have both sides pretty much. And to preserve my ends, I have from Main Magic, I have a curl custard. And I put that on my ends. And I've shown you guys that before. I don't have it here with me right now, but I've shown you guys that before. And it's called Maine, M-A-N-E Magic. And it's really, really good. I put that on my ends because I twist my ends to protect them when I have a style like this. And so what I'll do is I'm going to finish up my hair because it's going to take me a minute. And then I'll come back and do another video and show you guys how I protect my ends and style my hair and style that I really like for the winter. And I love wearing this style because I can wear my hats, my beanies, my skull caps, and I just like the way it makes my appearance and my style. Every woman has a style, and I think my style changes sometimes. When I was a teacher, I shopped a lot at Banana Republic and stores like that, and the Gap. And I still shop at the Gap sometimes, but I don't shop at Banana Republic hardly at all because I don't work in corporate America anymore. And when I was in corporate America, I shopped at Banana Republic a lot, especially as a teacher, because Banana Republic has all of those nice outfits that teachers wear, like cardigans and and nice slacks and different types of jeans. But now I shop more. I have more of a grunge look. Um, and I wouldn't say hip hop because I don't wear my stomach out. No, I never did. And I don't know, these girls think they look cute, but actually you look cold in the wintertime. So I don't do that. If I have on a crop top, I have a tank underneath, you know. So, but anyway, I still shop like kind of, I like um the relaxed jean, the wide leg, the I do have some skin, but when you have a certain body type, you have to wear out a certain type of clothing. I don't wear as many dresses as I used to wear. I used to wear a lot of dresses, and I used to wear suits sometime. When I would, and I still do. Like if I have to go speak or do something like that, I might put on a dress or whatever. But now I don't do that as often. I'm a boots kind of girl more so than a high heel type person. I love boots. I love boots, especially hiking boots. Love them. And that kind of stuff. Uh, I don't wear too many gym shoes, but I do wear them, especially to the gym because you have to wear gym tennis shoes to the gym, to running shoes and stuff like that, and walking shoes. But I'm kind of like a boho type, grunge type dresser, and I like to be comfortable. Like I don't like to wear nothing tight. I'm not doing the tight with you. Pullover, hoodies, that type of girl. Okay. And that's just me. All right. That's just me. All right. Be you. Be who you are. And don't let anybody tell you, oh, you're too old dressed like that, or you're too young dressed like that, or you do this dressed like that. If it looks good on you, you get compliments. My husband and I were going to Wingstop the other day. And I got out the car to go in and pick up the wings. And I think I had on the new Levi um, super baggy. And I always go up a size because I like for my pants to be really, really baggy. Um, and I was wearing, and I probably should have got a different like inseam. I probably should have got like a 30 instead of a 32 because I ended up cuffing them because they were very long. And I was wearing my Tommy puffer, and I was going into this place to get the food, and somebody was coming out of the other place, and they were like, "I like that style." Okay, so if you're getting compliments on what you are and who you are, skip them church people, skip them people on your job, and skip your family. Do what God has given you to do. A woman of God spoke into my life years ago and told me, don't change the way I dress. So I kind of like let the Holy Spirit kind of give me what I feel best in. Because when I don't know what to wear, I just ask the Lord, Lord, what should I wear? I want to be comfortable and I want to feel good. You want to be comfortable. We're not on this earth forever, guys. And you want to be comfortable and you want to feel good in the skin that God bless you with and that you're in. Okay? So I'll see you guys on the next video, and where I'll show you how I do my thing here as far as styling my hair for the day. Also, see you on Sunday for Life Now Ministries, which is in the corner. You can see it up there because I didn't take it down. It's all part of our channel, Kingdom Keys Network. So this is all on the channel. It's a round channel. It has a little bit of everything on it. We're coming up with some more exciting things on there. My granddaughter now has a show called Sienna's World, and it will be on our network. So, Life Now is a network we created for our family, and we wanted you to share it with us. It was created for our church family at the time, but now our family, wherever it is, our renovation family, everybody on the Life Now network. And it's on exclusively on YouTube. We broadcast sometime. We do broadcast on Facebook and other platforms, Rumble and that kind of thing. So on Sundays at 7 p.m., we're doing a series going into 2026. I actually started it around Christmas, after Christmas, but we're going into 2026. And guess what? We're talking about money. Because God means to be a blessing to us. He is a blessing. And what does He give us? Favor. We don't have to sit around waiting on blessing from blessing. We have favor. Favor going in and favor coming out. Mhm. And that's the ultimate blessing. Okay. Love you guys and see you on the next All About That Natural Hair Back to Basics